is, oh, he stole my answer. In this video, we are going to explore 2 strategies that you can use in your classroom on Sunday. The first one is a really easy one, but you have to teach it intentionally. And the second one is a twist of a hand signal that I want to teach you. Hi, I am Teacher D. This is my channel, and it's all about learning and teaching and kids and ministry. And if you're a mom or a dad or a church volunteer and you want to really just do this better, maybe we can start a community and post questions at the bottom, and we can talk to each other and just do this so much better. In our culture, I am a Afrikaans-speaking South African. Kids are seen and not heard. And if you have a child and they're hanging around the adults, easily somebody will say, don't count teeth, moenie tande tel nie, go and play outside. Things have changed over the last few decades, and I think we all agree that now we know that kids' voices are important. We have to hear their voice, we have to understand that what they want to say and see their perspective and really respect it, especially at church. This is the question we are going to try and answer in this video. How do you deal with a whole class of kids? Everybody has things to say, everybody wants to get involved. You can't have them speaking over each other, but you still want to hear everybody's voice and you want to hear their perspective and what they're thinking. How do you do that? The other day, a mom said to me, oh, Teacher D, I just want the kids in my class, the Sunday school class, to love it and to not feel that it's real school. I just really want them to have fun. And that is good and fine. Fun is good and entertainment is fine. But at the end of the day, there is a goal, there is a purpose, an eternal purpose why children go to Sunday school. And we have to teach them tough topics like the Trinity and holiness and forgiveness of their sins. These are tough topics, and we need to be able to let them stay under our control so that it's easy for them to, in that situation, learn. Now, the great thing is that to teach is a learned skill. Yes, I understand that it is also a gift from God, but I think I just kind of received a small, tiny little seed, and I had to develop it. I had to let it grow, and I had to learn. And what I did, I was in my early 40s when I decided to become a teacher after I was a therapist for 20 years. And I went back to university to learn. But the biggest thing I did was to choose mentors, and I watched them, and I looked at what do they do to manage a class and to really shine their light on the information that they want the kids to learn. And when you try a new strategy, it will always feel weird. It never feels natural to me. I always had to kind of put myself in the role, kind of the teacher mode, and then practice that before I practice it on kids. My own children always laugh because they say I have a special teacher voice. But I practice it so that when I get in front of kids, I know exactly what I want to say. And I want to encourage you, practice some of the sentences that I will teach you in this video. Here and there, you find people that are just natural with kids. They can just do it. I couldn't. I had to learn. And I want to encourage you, you can also learn how to do this. Some teachers that I know that are the best teachers are quiet and reserved, and some are crazy and loud. That doesn't matter, as long as you can bring a group of kids under your control and they will listen to you and you can listen to them. I will start with my attention grabber. Here we go. Peace and quiet. Good morning, boys and girls. I am so glad that you are here today. We are going to start today by just quickly going over some of our rules. And rule number 1, raise your hand for permission to speak. That is a really important rule because there's one of me, there's lots of you. What you have to say is really important, but what I have to say is also important. So it's important that we raise our hand for permission to speak. I want you to turn to your shoulder buddy, and I want you to explain to them that in this class, we are going to raise our hands for permission to speak. So go for it. Speak to your shoulder buddy. I think this strategy is probably something that every single person for hundreds and hundreds of years know. But the difference is the fact that I use a hand signal and that I teach it intentionally. When I do that, I usually teach them to only raise their hand there, except if it's a huge group. Then I'll say to them, raise your hand all the way up. But usually I'll just say, raise your hand here for permission to speak. Have you ever had that scenario when you ask a question and then you have the children raising their hands for permission to speak, somebody answers the question, and then another child says, "Oh, he stole my answer." Have you had that? I've had that so many times. But the next strategy that I want to teach you works extremely well. So let's switch into teacher mode, and this is how I teach it. Boys and girls, thank you for the peace and quiet. I want to teach you a new strategy today. It's a hand signal. This is a hand signal for peace and quiet. This is the next hand signal. Can you do this? Your pinky goes there, your thumb goes there, and can you do this? Now this hand signal means that what you are thinking and what I am thinking is the same. So if I ask a question and you like, oh, that's exactly my answer, you can just do that, and then I will know you are thinking exactly the same. You can even do that when I give my opinion. So say I say something like, "Ooh, I really like that story." You can do that because then I know that you think the same, and you don't even have to raise your hand. I just know what you are thinking. For kids, it's really tough, especially for the little ones, if they want to, if they've raised their hands for permission to speak, and now they have this burning answer and they don't get a turn because there's 30 of them. And I always say to them, I'm so sorry that I can't listen to all of you, but if you use your hand signals, then I will know what you are thinking. And in time, they learn that. I also quickly make eye contact with every child that does that, and I'll give them maybe a wink so they know that I see them and I acknowledge it. What's really cool about this as well is that kids that are shy, if they say something and other kids do this, they realize that, ooh, what I'm thinking, other people are also thinking. It just gives them that validation. So this strategy works for that as well. I have adapted every strategy that I learned to fit me and my personality, and I want to encourage you to do the same. If you try one new strategy a week, in time you will build up a whole toolbox of strategies that you can use when you work with children. In my next video, I'm going to teach you a strategy that you can use to make sure that every child learns something and that they go home at least with one sentence of what they've learned that day. I would love it if you would like and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss the future videos that I will release. Thank you for watching. Oh yes, and remember, you are loved, and underneath are the everlasting arms.